Hear about how HBO Max plans to bring the Harry Potter movies to life in this
So
TV series adaptation.
I'm semi interested. I respect the Potter universe. Probably more than like I respect like there's a lot of universes you can get into like
Sure.
the Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, Star Trek. I can get down with Harry Potter. I just started because I needed a game to play because I didn't know like I know you could like with Madden, when you play video games, you can play Madden, you can play your franchise for like multiple seasons. So there's like a cutoff of like 30 seasons. I played like 30 seasons. And now, granted, it was the same game for like 2 years. So,
Okay. Okay. So basically, you beat Matt. You beat
I
the game.
beat Madden. I
Okay.
beat it. I'm the
You're the
first person
and
to
only
ever
person. I
ever.
mean, hit the button. We've got
Like, and I played those games, bro. Like, I know people might like simulate and all that. Nah, bro. I played them. I beat Madden.
Okay.
So then I'm like, I need to get in something else. And I've had Hogwarts. I started it a long time ago. Never got into it, but like, I'm into it now. You know what I mean? And it's kind of cool. And so yeah, I'll be down with that. I would watch Harry Potter. I think I'm gonna like quietly like start watching them, like the movie.
Have you seen the movies at all?
I seen the first one when it first came, back when it came, like 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 some years ago. Yeah. Never seen any of the other ones.
Okay.
Yep. Never seen any of them. I don't know what I know the characters' names because of just weird reasons. Like I know names, but
so I'm throwing this out there. I've always wanted to do this. There's a YouTuber that I follow. I have been following since like Philip DeFranco's SourceFed days. I'm going to drop a lot of names that you probably don't even know. Original YouTubers, if people are a fan of YouTubers, they'll know. Philip DeFranco's SourceFed, his name was Steve Zaragoza, and he had a podcast called It Feels Like the First Time, where he rewatched the show Lost. But it was with himself, who has seen the show, another friend who has seen the show, and another friend who hasn't. And so just watching it and reviewing the show in that perspective with someone who hasn't and being like, hey, how'd you feel about that moment? Did you see this coming? Like, what you thought? Yeah. And so I've always wanted to do that in some aspect. So what if we do recap and record miniseries where we do an episode for each Harry Potter movie?
All right.
You're watching it for the first time. I'm rewatching it for the 80th time.
Okay.
And then, fam, I can't have a son named Ollivander and a dog named Loomis without knowing everything about the franchise.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll do those episodes, and then that'll kind of be our kickoff for the show.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with it. Yep. Let's.
Right,
yeah.
sweet.
I need an assignment.
Yeah,
I mean, and bro, you can post stuff on the recap and record.
No,
like
I know.
Whenever whenever I have like something that's dedicated to TV, I put it on there. Like I'll be like TV movie, I'm gonna put it on there. But I'll be like, yo, Levi, you could do it too, man. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm busy. I'm too busy. I don't need your little bullshit.
No, dude. Listen. Hey, I know. I will, and I'm fully aware that I can do so. But two, I already am half depressed at like the average just 200 flat views that I get on my Instagram reels anyways. So to do that twice for the same half the audience that's on both accounts.
I know, yeah.
No, but I'll I think about it all the time, and then I just, as soon as I open Instagram to do so, I think, you know what it is? I got a new phone and I'm not logged in.
Oh, you're not logged in yet?
So then I don't think about it, and then I just whatever, let it go. So yeah, no, it's fine. But okay, cool. Listen, man, I'm excited for the Harry Potter series just because it's a Harry Potter series.
Yeah. How do you feel about, because aren't they changing like the race of characters and stuff like that? And I know I don't want to get controversial, but like at the same time, does that bother you, or like are people crazy? Are people just showing the racism?
I think half of that has to do with the mentality of the society of the day of age that we live in. So yes. Okay. Am I a fan of the reboot altogether, just in general, not necessarily Harry Potter, but just like movies and TV shows? Kind of not. Like if you're rebooting it to continue the story, great. great.
Yeah.
Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Like Dexter or whatever. Like they
Yeah, yeah.
tried to bring
I know.
back.
I never watched any of
No
those
one
where they.
did, but they've
Oh,
brought it back
okay.
like 3 or 4 times
Yeah,
now, or
yeah.
something.
There's like a couple
I don't
different
know.
versions. There's
Yeah,
like two. There's like 3 versions of Dexter now.
who
Yeah.
like who gives a shit? Like so.
Oh
So
my
if
god.
so if it's that kind of reboot, great. I'll give it a chance if I have the time and the property's worth it.
Yeah, like a continuation, like an epilogue, like something
But
else.
us getting a brand new 12-year-old Harry, Ron, and Hermione over the
That's kind of
course
wild.
of the next 5 seasons, ah, I'm just it's going to be I'm now going to feel the same way that the book readers of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragons feel when they're watching
Yeah.
the show. I'm going to be
Yes.
comparing and contrasting. Why
Yeah.
would they change that? And then also too, you know me, I'm not a book reader, so I know for a fact that there are omissions and changes from the books to the movies. So
Yes.
I'm then going to also be a little aggravated because they're probably going to include things from the book in the TV show that they didn't include in the movies. And I'll be like, oh, why'd
Yes.
they change that for the movie? But at the end of the day, I'm the asshole for not knowing the original story. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's, yes, fine. Does this make me nervous that we're getting into the Marvelification of it all with multiple
Okay.
movies and universes and
Yeah.
shows and
Yeah.
this and lore in the book? Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm putting all of that aside just because I have been a fan of the franchise. I was in the movie theater every single time one of these movies came out all the way
Okay.
through.
Okay.
So it was a thing me and my stepmom did as a teenager. So
So it is like just example
Yeah.
is like season 1 gonna be Sorcerer's Stone.
I
Season 2 gonna be whatever.
I
Mo-
I think so. I think
Okay.
so because
Okay.
they've pretty much already promised us. I think it's 8, but I think maybe 5, either 5 or 8 seasons
Season
so far.
really? They
of the show.
promised that.
It's what we're saying. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
all right, but all right, and the only thing is then, all right, we're talking about HBO here.
Yeah.
Are we rolling with a Game of Thrones schedule, or are we rolling with a more a tighter thing? Because like I
don't-
would think Harry Potter is vast, but like
It's gonna need to be a lot of CGI, the whole
Yeah.
castle, the wizardry of it all.
Yeah.
I would imagine, depending on how far they take the lore, there are dragons
Okay.
in Harry Potter. We don't see them till like the third or fourth movie / book. But
Okay.
if they include those early on, that costs more money. So it just depends. I think we'll get the answer to that question after the first season.
Okay.
I think the same thing will happen that's happened to the Game of Thrones, that'll happen to Harry Potter, is once HBO can source, or Max or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves.
Yeah,
leading
whatever
up
they
to
want.
the
Yeah,
show,
I know we had like a
HBO
debate
Max
on it's.
now,
Oh, it's
bro.
actually. I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought it was always
Yeah,
HBO
no,
Max.
and I'm like, yeah, it was, but then they changed it and now it's back. So it's like, it is what it is, man. But I think once they realize how popular it'll be, then they'll probably give like season 2, hey, we need a year and a half to make this happen because that's how much more our budget is. That's how much
Yeah,
more we're
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And that's why Game of Thrones takes a while, but just because they bring us huge ships and
Yeah, that's what I'm
dragons
saying. Yeah.
practical effects. So I mean, if we get to that point, and as kind of not really a spoiler alert, but starting from the first movie of how tame that is to then the end of the Harry Potter series to how dark and violent we go from people getting hurt to people getting killed. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah. And so how much of that do we show? How much of the creatures and the lore do we get
Yeah.
into? And just how good will they make it look? So I think we'll answer that after season 2. So okay, I'm excited.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. I'm okay. Cool. We'll get a date on that when it's coming out. I think next year. I think we might have a busy year next year.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Record podcast.
I'm down with that.
Hopefully it doesn't overlap. Here, HBO release date is late 2026 or early 2027. So we might have a little bit longer to wait on that. So
Okay.
So good ramp up. Maybe end of this year, maybe we do the movies, and then maybe Game of Thrones all through 2026, and then hopefully end of that year, beginning of 27, we've got Harry Potter. We've got more announcements for the Recap and Record podcast than the Marvel phases that they do every year.
Yes, facts, big facts, big facts.